So, hello, welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and we're together again in another live. And I'm reading your comments, and well, so much love from so many corners of the world. Let me fix my screen so I can read all your comments. Oh yeah, this will work much better. Fixing my screen so I can have a better reading. Excellent evening tonight. We have a meme that, well, this interaction from Jack Brooksbank to and Eugenie, Princess Eugenie, to the Harkles at the end of the funeral service. We're gonna be viewing that. It's like 15 seconds of footage, and it has a lot of interaction. I hadn't noticed Jack's like fixing his glasses, looking down, and not doing anything else, not acknowledging, not anything. But we will be watching that. If I hope that you're listening. If my sound is better, maybe if you are listening with nice headphones or nice speakers. I have this new attaché to make my voice sound clearer. So the mic is closer to my face. So I hope that it helps. It improves the sound because, well, basically it's all the sound that I have here. England, Virginia, Suffolk, UK, Belgium, Egypt, the Netherlands. All right. New Zealand, Czech Republic, New York, Texas. This is great. Germany. So many places, so all over the world. Brazil, Ireland, Venice, Alaska, Paris, Belfast, Kansas, London. This is great. Florida. This is great. All of you, so many body language bodies. We're close to 1800. We're going live right now on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and Twitter simultaneously. So let's begin. We have this meme. Yeah, it was a friendly goodbye. You know what? How can I tell it? Say it. Oh, California, Boston, Sweden, North Carolina, Massachusetts, Michigan, Australia, Virginia. This is insane. This is insane all over the world. And this. A very good joke from Gin and Coffee. Worth a follow on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, there's my right there. It's the text sticker. Follow me on Twitter. Kinesics. Hey Harry, is that your wife up there on the broom? Yes. And Harry said, no, I think she's not. That is another witch. Not my wife. That was a nice joke. Everyone look into the sky. So, this is the video that we want to watch. But before we begin, I'm going to make a quick adjustment here. I didn't loop it. No, loop. Just loop and then play. And now it's ready to just go. This is the video that we want to see right now. They're saying goodbye. There's Harry and Meghan. There's Jack Brooksbank right behind Meghan. There's no acknowledged. Harry's really pissed off. Eugenie is somewhat nervous, I guess. And then they get in the Wallis Simpson car. You know that is their car, the signature car for Meghan and Harry. Harry blows off some steam, and Meg at that moment has like a cold stare at Eugenie that is right here in your at your lower right corner of your screen, right here. Okay, so we have all those interactions. You're gonna see it frame by frame. We have all of them on this frame. Gonna be very slowly, and you can see that, well, Meghan is trying to force a smile. Well, in these situations, I'm not expecting her to have a genuine smile. I have to give it to her. I think no one at a funeral has ever a genuine smile. It will be very odd. Uh, but like it's like she is she's got Eugenie right beside her, and you should remember that they are supposedly friends, right? But some of you have been making the correcting me on Twitter. Thanks for correcting me politely on Twitter. That Eugenie is in fact friends with Harry, but not with Meghan. I don't know. What do you think about this? It's like it makes sense. She must be friends with Harry, specifically with Harry, because she has spent much more time with Harry than with Meghan. But maybe she has her fair share of experiences with Meghan, maybe at Soho House. We don't know. You know, those mysterious months that we have to find out sometime. But well, for some reason, Meghan is not acknowledging Eugenie's presence there, like saying goodbye or something, like bye, friend, or anything. But she's got that Miranda Presley look. That yes, this is full Miranda Presley. If you remember, Miranda Presley is from the Devil Wears Prada movie. The character of Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep's character. This is that look when the fashion designer was trying to impress her, and she just looked away and put her mouth like that, like not impressed, like not wanting to be there, like no, this is not it. Yeah, and I see Eugenie a bit awkward. At the same time, she is pushing her head backwards, like when you do this, when you can push your head forward when you're interested in something, and you can push it pull it backwards when you are feel resistance towards something. It's the opposite reaction. In this case, she is a bit backwards. Her head is a bit backwards, so there is some resistance between them. This should not be it if they are friends, so they can support each other, because it's precisely in these moments when friends are going to naturally gravitate to each other, which is not happening here. Okay, so if we begin to just go a bit forward, sadly Eugenie goes off screen, but we can still see Meghan looking at another direction, like away from her, like giving her the cold shoulder. And this is the moment that we see Jack. Here's Jack. You see Jack here in easy and full display, and see Harry that is looking, I think he's looking at Beatrice that is right behind them. Okay, Harry is looking at Beatrice, and you see Jack looking at Harry. And I want to show you something. It's the way Jack's lips is like curl a bit inward. Okay, that is when you have this like this expression. Okay, like you curl your lips over your teeth inwards. Okay, it's a bit, just a tad of anger, maybe a bit of frustration. Maybe by this point it's just a coincidence that he's looking at Harry, because I think that barely 1 second before he's got his lips relaxed. I see his lips relaxed in this frame, right? Just, I think, less than half a second, he wets his lips. Maybe he felt his lips were dry. Maybe he didn't feel comfortable at the moment. Usually that's also a normal reaction. But what I don't get is why he has that expression upon landing his eyes on Harry. Okay? And what's more interesting is that even if you can't see someone's eyes, you can tell a lot by their head reactions, by the movements of their heads. I have a guide on that. how to read all the movements of the head, of the face. And you can even make sense of a person even if you're not seeing their faces directly. So I want to make this simple exercise. It's a very important body language exercise. At this moment, and since we have this system in our brain that is always looking for and finding faces, we are focusing on Jack's face because it's the face we can recognize in this frame. Okay, we got this gentleman, but we discard him because for what we want to find out, we guess that he is not important, and he is not that important for what we are looking for. But I want you to focus your attention on Harry. Okay? When someone makes a connection, an eye connection with you, they lock eyes with you, you're gonna see some kind of reaction. And in this case, you should see some kind of reaction with his head, like he's just pointing out in his direction. You can see that Harry's looking towards Beatrice, that it's right here behind them, and Jack looks at him. Let's see. Try to focus on Harry's head. It's important. Don't look. Do not look. Expressly avoid looking at Jack and focus on Harry. I'm gonna go frame by frame. You see that there's no quick movement to lock eyes with Jack. Because here's Harry, and Jack looks eyes with him, and there's no reaction from Harry. Like Harry's still looking at Beatrice. Beatrice is moving. Notice that Beatrice is moving, and Harry follows her with his head. You notice that? Beatrice moves, Harry follows her. It's like a target. Like he got his eyes on the target. And you might be saying, of course, why not? You can argue about this. Say that, well, maybe Harry was distracted looking at Beatrice for some reason. We don't know. But he could be distracted looking at anyone else. So he was not aware that Jack was looking at him. But you will agree with me, too, that Jack was even in the way, was directly in front of Harry, was literally in his line of sight. Okay, there must have been even a slight reaction, and there is not. It's like Harry was purposefully avoiding Jack's gaze because there's no reaction. You can see, again, I'm going to move this frame by frame. You can see that Beatrice at the back, she moves and Harry just follows her. There's no moving his head axis towards Jack. Okay, you notice this. There's something, and Jack is a great example of this. You maybe can be looking at someone out of the corner of your eye, but our head will naturally align to whatever we are watching. There's normal mechanics of how our gaze, how our head works. So you're watching someone like this, and so you can be more comfortable, you turn your head towards them. And that's what Jack is doing. He begins looking out of the corner of his eye and then turns his head fully towards Harry. Okay? But if Harry at that moment looked or connected his gaze with Jack, it was this way. He just looked to one side. Okay? That would be odd. Let's say that Harry did that. Let's say that Harry looked at Jack. He did not move his head to do so. Like, I'm just, you're not that important. I'm just giving a quick gaze to you. And there is no confirmation on Jack's face that there was any eye contact between them. That is so odd. This is the kind of things that happen in a split second. And no, this is not. I get this a lot. You are just over-reading, over-interpretation. You're just seeing things. No, this is natural body dynamics. If you just put some common sense to it, you will realize that there's no way that Harry would not have just acknowledged Jack's gaze in here. So we have that. Harry is actively ignoring Jack, and Jack has his lips tense, right? Has his lips inwards. There's a tension between them. There's some tension between Eugenie and Megan, and we see that tension again between Jack and Harry. Something that you can't just take your eyes off that. Jack keeps his eyes and takes a step back. Look at that. He takes a one full step back. Okay. Do you think Jack's attitude, Jack's behavior, Jack's body language is of someone that is a friend of the man he's looking at, of the person he's next to? Is that a friendly attitude? Is that a compassionate attitude? Is that an empathic attitude? It's more. It could be a neutral, but neutral like a bit to the negative. Okay. I'm not. I won't categorize this as a friendly attitude. There's no compassion, no connection, no empathy in that gesture. Finally, Harry looks at him. I think in that moment, sadly, this gentleman's hat covers our sight of Harry. Then finally, Jack just avoids the eye contact altogether. Like, yeah, you don't have to do this to fix your glasses. If you want to look at the person, you just do this. It's no problem. Okay, or with both hands, like I do quite a lot of times. You don't have to just lower your head. It's like you want to, but you don't want to establish eye contact at the same time. Now, there's one thing. At least Eugenie is smiling right now. Smiling here. Megan still has that Miranda Presley attitude. And what happens with Harry's face? You might think that if he had just established eye contact, even for a split second, with a friend, he would have at least just a bit of a relaxed face, a relaxed attitude. But he's tense. His jaw is tense. Notice the shape of his mouth. His jaw is tense at that moment. It's a very uncomfortable situation for both of them. I'm gonna play all from the beginning, just frame by frame. Both Eugenie and Megan distancing themselves from each other. Harry turns around, but not to look at Jack, but at someone behind them. Jack turns around, turns his head towards Harry so Harry can be aware of his eyes, and when Harry finally establishes eye contact, well, he just goes away. Very uncomfortable situation. And Harry's face after that is, well, I've seen Harry with that lost attitude sometimes. It's like his face when they were singing God Save the King. He was totally lost, absent. This is not absent. This is rather angry. Rather angry. We forward a bit. We still have this. Yeah, look at Harry's face at that frame. Look at Harry's face at that frame. Jack's lips are relaxed again, not looking at Harry. Harry giving his back to him, and Harry is, well, as angry as it gets. Now, okay, Harry could be angry. He's frustrated. He couldn't see his grandmother. Whatever, it was his decision. He didn't want to see her while she was alive, and now he couldn't fix that at the last minute. Maybe he's angry with himself Well, whatever you want. But why, if Harry is maybe angry with himself because he didn't act like he was supposed to, then tell me why he blows off steam when he enters the car. Like, this is finally over. It's like, if I'm angry with myself, it's not like I'm angry with myself in front of people, and when I get into the car, and then I'm no longer angry with myself. No, I will be angry with myself, and I will show it, and there will be no steam blowing. Like, no, there will be no of that. And then we see that Megan, I don't know if you can spot that. This is not the one with the zoom. That Megan looks at Eugenie that is right there. And not in a good way. Not in a good way. At least Jack didn't use his middle fingers to push up his glasses. Well, yes, that was a bonus point. Okay, I don't see Eugenie glad either of having established eye contact with Megan at that moment. You remember that Eugenie was at least smiling a bit. Just you see her here. She was smiling at least. She was maybe talking to the guards or I don't know, but she was smiling at some point. Like, if they're friends, if they're all friends, then why is this happening? This is my question. Legit question. And then, well, you know what? That Megan got in the car first when Harry was the one who had to get in the car first. You see that there's well, in fact, there's no problem. Harry shows no problem. In fact, it's like Harry leads Megan to get into the car first. Maybe Harry is already used to this kind of, Megan custom Megan protocol. But whatever. Well, it's Simpson car. We got it. They get in and they leave. Why does this happen? Why does it happen? Let's try to think. What is going on with these two couples to try to make sense of this? I'm going to highlight some comments on Twitter, like Colette Lees. I love the way Jack Brooksbank eyeglass age and the Dumbartons. Not a pinch of a smile or comforting or other emotional gaze from him. And by the way, Prince Eugenie has not had more affection in her glance for both of them. That's exactly what happened. Excellent summary of what we saw from the beginning. No expression of connection, empathy, compassion from any of the two men for the other. No connection whatsoever. It's like you will want to, maybe you want to say something, but you feel ashamed, and you look like you are ashamed. That they don't look ashamed. They look rather uncomfortable and even angry. Jane B, Red Muppet 26. Could it be because 6, I think he's 5 now, right? Refused to visit Eugenie's beloved grandmama. Unforgivable, and the RF's eyes and us in UK. That's the second time the self-appointed Prince of Wokes dissed a grandparent. Yes, I think one of the reasons could be this one. That's why maybe Eugenie is not in good terms with Harry. I think this is the main relationship, Eugenie and Harry. So this could have been the signal. Many people are asking, why were they going along so well back in when she visited the United States, that they went out dining with this speed dial paparazzis taking pictures and etc. Why did they look so fine, and what happened to this point? Well, remember that there's also the fallout of Frogmore Cottage. They had that clue. And before we continue, I have to say that we are 10,000 body language buddies watching now. Thanks for being here. Remember, all you have to do is hit the like button. Every single one of your super chats, no matter if it's opinions or questions or whatever you want to say in your super chats, I will be reading them at the end of this video. Every single one of them. The video will not end. The live will not end until I read every single super chat. That's my promise. Cafe QT, Roth 9 QT. Good point. The York girls love their granny. Princess Eugenie, no doubt, so the hurt has been inflicted. There was no reason he didn't visit over the summer, except I believe that if there are children, Nutmeg won't let them come to the UK because King Charles might keep them. Well, I think that is a bit of a stretch, because why would Charles keep them? Besides being in line to the in the line of succession, maybe keep them to take pictures of the children, because we want to see more pictures of them. That would be nice. Call the royal photographer and make justice, for God's sake. We need that. And this is another clue. From Hello Magazine, Princess Eugenie's dream garden she's relinquished for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The royal used to live at Frogmore Cottage. I don't know, but that kind of things, when they finally, happen, that you get evicted in some way, because I don't know why, because I understand that Harry and Meghan we're going back to USA. Then why would this happen? But as Hello Magazine, every outlet, even for myself, you have to take things with a grain of salt, right? That is important. Cass Humphreys, any sympathy for Harry flies out of the window when you remember how many of the royal family he's slagged off, including, interesting take, more recently Beatrice and Eugenie, for them retaining HRH when his was stripped. And this is something that we have seen in magazines. This has something that we have seen in newspapers, and I'm sure the York princesses are not happy with them being compared over and over again with Harry and Meghan. Okay, you are my friend, you're my cousin, we get along well, but can you just stop your PR bettis? I'm trying to be polite with my language. Can you put a leash on your PR people, right? Jesus, is it true that HRH comes with a salary? I'm not aware of that mechanic. I'm sorry, I'm not aware, but it will be nice if any of our beloved audience of 10,000 body language bodies answer that question. That question is it true that HRH come with a salary? Thanks for answering. Whoever answers that question, I will highlight your answers, or at least comment on them as they come up. And yes, Harry's isolating himself. Harry's isolating, I think, thanks to Meghan. This is happening thanks to Meghan, because even if he's not a working royal anymore, I don't think he wants to isolate himself. Many people are saying that HRH does not have a salary, just a privilege. Thanks for your answers. I think Harry didn't want to have this gap, this chasm between himself and his family. Maybe the royal duties. I don't want this royal duties. This is all nonsense for me. I want a private, simple life. Well, that is far from what he bargained for marrying Meghan. But in this case, I think he doesn't want to do it. He's between two worlds. He's being stripped of not only the... I'm not saying stripped of anything, because he relinquished. He just quit everything. Nobody put a gun to his head. Maybe Meghan saved him, is the way of him saying, well, Meghan was the reason, the justification behind my actions in that regard. And that is sad, because I don't think any person, man or woman, should have or name another person for the reason to make things. Maybe you can say that, well, you work hard for your children, or your kids, or maybe that makes sense, but not in this case. I think that you should make your decisions for yourself, because you know it's the right thing for yourself. That is important. And yeah, this is me back in my school days. I was the one that was always ostracized, like totally off the groups. No man is an island, but yeah, Harry is trying hard. Believe that. And this is thanks. These photos are thanks to Royal Insta blog on Instagram. You can see that. Well, in them we can see Harry here, isolated from the main group. Even we can see here Peter Phillips. Here's William. Here's like the main group around the king, and this other group. And Harry is he doesn't know what to do. Okay. I'm sure many of you are going to say that is Photoshop. Harry couldn't have been that lonely all the time. But yes, this was his general attitude. This was Harry's general attitude. And I forgot to use this GIF this week. This was I don't know when was the last time I used this. But yeah, Harry was, how do you do, fellow royals? Hey, I'm just like you. But no, Harry, you are not like them. You are a human being, and everyone is a human being. You're just like us. If they cut us, we all bleed the same way. But no, you know that you quit so many things, and you're just here. Well, because most people are decent and will not turn their backs on you as you stabbed everyone, including the Queen and Prince Philip. But people are trying to forgive you for that, but you have to keep your mouth shut. Something that I understand that your wife is not very keen about, keeping your mouth shut. But well, you can see this. Look at this. This is common group dynamics. Look at the feet of these three person group. Okay, they are a close knitted group. Their feet are almost pointed towards each other. Maybe this taller man has his feet a bit outside, like he could be inviting a fourth member to this group. But Harry, no, is not interested. He wants the grown-ups. He wants to dine at the grown-ups table, like this one. King Charles, Princess Anne, Prince William, Peter Phillips. This is Prince Andrew, I guess. I think he is. This is Edward right here. I think I got them all right, if I can see correctly. And yes, he wants to be at the grown-ups table. He wants to dine at that table, but you cannot. You don't have what it takes, and that is determination. And you need to have you need to ask for forgiveness. Yeah, you need to say, I messed up everything. I was wrong. That was, he has to acknowledge. He can't possibly just show up and say, oh, how do you do, fellow royals? No, he can't. He doesn't have the grit for that, the cynicism for that. Harry's cynicism has a limit. This is that limit, because if he was cynical enough, he would have just, hey, how are you doing? Here I am. Let's catch up on everything. And yes, Wednesday on Twitter too, an old phrase used in posh public schools back in the day: send someone to Coventry. Interesting. I was not aware of this. Of course, I'm not that into posh public British schools. If a group of people send someone to Coventry, they refuse to speak to that person, usually as a punishment for having done something to upset the group. Oh yeah, I tweeted also a response to that. Back in school, I was not sent to Coventry. I was Coventry. Yeah, it was that bad. I don't miss my school days in the slightest. All the way from elementary school to high school. No, I'm trying to delete those memories, a la Johnny Mnemonic. Just wipe them. And yes, there are other pictures here that show exactly the same dynamics that we have seen so far. Like Harry is alone. And even if there is, here was Peter Phillips arriving, and Harry has this open posture, like, hey, hello, how you doing? And he has this, like, I'm willing to form a group here. Peter Phillips said, just like one of my favorite YouTubers, the Critical Drinker, Peter Phillips says, nah, it'll be fine. And he went and joined the grown-ups table. Well, this is you can't unsee this, and this is sad. I feel sad for Harry. I know exactly what this feels, but I know that to fix this, he has to do a lot of things and start saying that I'm sorry and fixing things. That you know the reason he's not gonna do this. He's been so invested in this sunk cost fallacy that has been married to Meghan that he cannot go back already. Has invested so much time and energy and has 2 kids. Cannot go back. All right. Oh yes, the GTA wasted appears over Harry's vision. Yes, yes, that is right. All right, and of course they have to make it seem, thanks to Lita G, that pitched me this update within seconds it appeared on the Daily Mail Twitter. It was a very difficult time for them. Tyler Perry reveals why he let Prince Harry and Meghan stay in his $18 million Beverly Hills mansion. And I want to make it clear. You know that this is old news. Like really old. And this is from today. This was from today. Why are they making this, like updating, like publishing these updates today? Maybe you want to make it seem like the Harkles haven't run out of friends yet? Like, I don't know, Tyler Perry is their friend, or still their friend, or Gayle King is their friend? You have anyone else? But they're trying to sell that narrative. Thanks, Lita, for that pitch. And that's what we are seeing here. By the way, if you're not aware of this, Hello Magazine again understands the couple flew out of London Heathrow on Tuesday after 70 days away from home. Harry and Meghan will have been very eager to get back to their 2 children. This is understand. This is allegedly. We don't have an official confirmation from any party. I don't know. This was not the last. Yeah, this was the last slide. But I wanted to repeat this video again so you can. I'm just gonna leave that on repeat so we can begin reading the super chats now. Super chats. Oh my god. All you and your conspiracy. I know you have your opinion about the Harkles children, but you know that I made mistakes. You might have noticed that I've been correcting some mistakes on my 2 channels lately. I'm not gonna delve into those details, but I've found out, my body language buddies, that since I have more than 500,000 subscribers on YouTube and more than 100,000 followers on Twitter, which are my largest audiences. I think I have like 70,000 or 8,000 followers on Facebook and 50,000 on Instagram. I need to be mind what I say and mind the content that I use and mind who I include in my videos. So luckily up till now nothing serious has happened. Everything has been smooth. So I'm sure that if I use all these measures, well, we can continue having fun with all this analysis, which is ultimately what we want. So let's read those super chats, and any super chat, incoming super chat, I will read that. Not that many. That's right. We're gonna be leaving early today, it seems. Mary W. Rice, thanks for the super chat, Mary. Empty super chat, and then she she sent an actual super chat Mary W. Rice, I adore your channel. Thanks, Mary. They are crashing, I think. She seems miserable. Yeah, it doesn't look good. I'm going to take a look at that at a single tier, at Meghan Markle's single tier, because there's so many not conspiracy theories about that. How was she able to make that single tier out? And some say that camphor or menthol or this. They don't even give her the benefits of the doubt as an actress. Like, no, you can't. You can't do that. You can't do that. Katie, super chat. Thank you, Jesus, for helping us laugh. We need to laugh more every day. Laugh is something that soothes our soul. We need that. And as long as I can make you laugh, tell me if you have ever helped you laugh and add some levity to your days, because I will be rewarded just by knowing that is a reality. I love knowing, finding out that I made you laugh. It's one of the greatest compliments that you can give me, and thanks for that. All right, Rip Gill, super chat. Love your program. Thanks, Rip. You tell it as it is. I try to be as in one way educational as possible, entertaining, and of course the other third is for the gossip and all that stuff. It is not just gossip, because yes, we have to find this as entertaining as we can. And by the way, try to learn something about body language, especially not that is that this gesture means something and this gesture means another something. It's like how to watch people, how to make sense of their interactions. And you will see that with your regular experience with people, you will notice when something just doesn't fit, when something defies common sense. That's what I actually want to tell you, not a lesson or a catalog of gestures. That is, you can find them everywhere over the internet. If you want a nice book, I can recommend you 2 books on body language. The first book that I always recommend is Joe Navarro's What Everybody Is Saying. Joe I think it's the most comprehensive book on body language. And the second, if you like, you can get my book, is Body Language in 40 Days. Both books, you can get them on Amazon. So, Anne-Marie again with her super chats. Merci. Like Meghan never keep up long-term friendships, so it really doesn't surprise me at all. I just wonder who is next to unfriend them. Well, maybe Gayle King, or maybe Tyler Perry goes AWOL. Place your bets. You should play some kind of Meghan bingo. I'm thinking about that. Oh, that will make a great shirt too. Let's play the Meghan bingo. Meghan bingo card. Oh, that would be nice. I could make good money with that. Yes, good idea. All right. Susie, super chat. Why doesn't pop up? Yeah. Don't we have enough trouble in California without those 2 insufferably sullen and entitled former royals? Light, earthquakes, drought, and the snorkels. It's too much. Yes, it's way too much, Susie. I understand that. But what should we do with the Harkles? I don't know. They have to. I think it will be far better if they just made the work. If they dedicated to their work, to their jobs, whichever they are, and let their success speak for themselves. That will be amazing. That will be a great change of seasons for the Harkles. Caroline Nielsen, super chat. It was an icy cold blanking of Harry and Meghan. Yeah, but it was not in good terms. Not in good terms. Not in the best terms. Even for a funeral, not in the good terms. In the best terms. All right, Susie again. Meghan has a look on her face that forecasts the need for further revenge against the royal family members for the icing out that she and Harry experienced during Her Majesty's funeral events. Oh, that's poetry. Thanks for that super chat. Very, very well written and comprehensive. It's like a story in itself. Oh, Oliver, maybe Eugenie and Jack realized maybe they know Meg called the Paps when in Cali. Oh, maybe they never thought that they were paparazzi, speed dial paparazzi, but maybe they watched my video on that event when I explicitly outlined all the clues that led to, well, it was impossible not to be someone that knew how to be at the exact spot in the precise place at the exact time to take those pictures, and he even had the time to go around the restaurant and take all those pictures of them. It was blatant. It's like, I don't know, it will be you can imagine Eugenie and Jack going out for dinner with Harry and Meghan saying, hey, by the way, some paparazzi is going to take pictures of us, but try to act natural. No, Meghan is not going to say that. That would be way too awkward. Where would Harry put his face at that moment? No. Meghan just went with the speed dial in paparazzis and just didn't say anything, so, Eugenie and Jack could look spontaneous, actually laughing, having a good time. So when they found out, maybe Meghan and Harry, or maybe Meghan told Harry, tell them there was a paparazzi. We can't do that. That's how it goes. You go to a restaurant and someone in the restaurant says something. No, that doesn't. Montecito, the area of Montecito, they were dining near Montecito, is the reputation of a restaurant, for example, is to give you the privacy that you want as a celebrity. Okay, if that happens at a restaurant, the restaurant just loses its reputation, and then celebrities will no longer will want to go there. That is common sense. That's not something you read in a book. That is not something that you have. You need, I don't know, to make a big analysis about that. If paparazzis appear at a restaurant, then the celebrities will not want to go there, and then the restaurant will lose its most valuable clients. That doesn't make sense. So restaurants might actually be actively avoiding that situation. So maybe even the restaurant was mad at Harry and Meghan for doing that, because everyone will find out where they were dining. So it's like in their efforts of being relevant, or having those pictures, of appearing in headlines, the Harkles don't mind if they sever relationships with maybe Harry's cousins, or with restaurants on Montecito, or with the media. They're not interested. They're just like steamrolling. I don't know if that is the expression. Steamrolling straight ahead, no matter who they bump into and take out of the road. Doesn't matter. They just want to get. Meghan wants to get what she wants. Okay, which is, I don't know, fame, fortune, power in politics. But, well, yes, I agree with you, Oliver, that it could be that Eugenie is fed up of this. This is the last straw. The fact that Harry did not visit their grandmother when he had a free day, and he was in the UK, maybe that was the straw of the last drop. The last drop to fall from the vase. I don't know how the expression is. I'm sorry. Right. Oh my God, that name, Rat's Ass 67, super chat. Good, excellent afternoon, Jesus, Enrique, and to all the world from Camp Verde, Arizona. I'm a big fan. Thank you. I must gird my sides to keep from splitting. I'm glad about that. Rat's Ass 67. What kind of name is that? Or nickname? Let's see. All right. I'm going to highlight your super chat, Africa Fuentes. Harry's reaction when he gets in the car looks like he is fed up with Meghan more than anyone else. Typical man's reaction to being fed up with a woman. Oh my God. Yeah. It's like there's another. I'm going to pause here. Thanks, Africa, for that. There's something that made a remark. Made a remark. Notice that Harry sits. Meghan enters the car. Harry gets into the car. There he comes. Harry, sit next to me. I feel lonely. All our friends are gone. We just got Tyler Perry. We got only Tyler Perry. I'm sending him a message to Pioneer Daily Mirror. And then why Harry is here, and then he's quite close to Meghan. He's about. Notice this. I hadn't noticed this. He's about to cross his leg. And he pauses that action. See that? He's about to cross his leg, but he doesn't. He sits on his seat farther away from Meghan. And she does the same. Notice that they are quite close. You're seeing that? You're seeing them? You see them at that moment? They are, well, quite close, intimate space. And by the moment the door is shut, Harry has slide to his side and Meghan is sliding to hers. You see that? I hadn't spotted that. This is. I'm seeing that now. It seems one of you told me on Twitter about this, but I didn't realize that they did the same at the same time. They distance themselves from each other after Harry had a seat. Nice. Of course, they can't be that close because there's an armrest in the car. You can see the armrest here. That is armrest, right? I see an armrest. Yeah, it's a huge armrest. How did Meghan? Oh yeah, she went to the other side of the armrest, but it's not like they stay at that place. They distance. They get away from each other. Well. No hand holding now. Yeah. Interesting. I haven't seen that. This is. I will feature this on my Twitter. Maybe do a shorter video about that. Thanks, Africa, for pointing that in your super chat. That's what I like. I love these lives more and more. Because in those interactions with your comments and your super chats, I usually end up seeing more things that I can see by myself. Because I usually, when I made my recorded videos, my former videos months back, I had to watch those videos many times and just pause them and make annotations and try to make sense of them. Since I'm making daily videos, I have less time to make these annotations, so sometimes I don't like digest these videos that much. So it's interesting to do it live in front of you, thanks to your suggestions and your comments. Okay, this is interesting. These questions. L Knight super chat. Why was the departure from UK of Harry and Meghan kept very quiet? They normally make it into news. Did they fly private jet? Well, there's no word from anyone yet. It is understood, but there's no confirmation from anyone that they already left the UK. We can guess that they did because, well, 17 days with their children without them, that's too much. Oliver, thanks Oliver again. Meg is using Bea and Eugenie as a bludgeon against the royal family. That is a nice theory. I will allow that. Right. Okay, Sarah Rose. Jesus, are you an investigator or police? Love your lives. Well, I'm not a police officer I help investigations in the area of behavior, human behavior. Uh, I really got fed up with that job because you see so crazy things that yes, that begins eating your soul. This is nothing. The Harkles is an easy way to delve into the minds of narcissists and toxic personalities. It's a rather easy way that doesn't traumatize you, but when you work with criminal investigations, that is not. And I'm a very empathic and agreeable person. That's it's like my traits, and I have a very easy time connecting with people's emotions. So that was not that good in those situations. So I had to I quit after a very short, very brief stint as a consultant in behavior because I just could not stand it. But yes, I made some investigations. I learned about interrogation, about negotiation too. But right now I'm just I just try to give you tools so you can use this in your daily life. So here we are, and that's what matter, I guess. All right. Supernova 4160 super chat. The Queen, now the King, has custody of all royal children. Probably this is why Hasbin and Meghan didn't want to stay in the UK. I think this is half a myth, Supernova. It's not like actual custody. It's not like they belong to the King or Queen, but they are in the line of succession, and that's something that we should be aware of. I've repeated that so many times. That means something. That actually means something. That it's not like they are going to be locked up or kidnapped or something. CDS, thanks for your super sticker. Appreciate that. Just me super chat. Was the nutmeg wired for sound? Enjoy your work, Jesus. I should make a video about that. I could give you a too long didn't read a summary about my impressions. Okay, she could have a microphone. Okay, maybe 50% she has, 50% she hasn't. What is she gonna record? I told you about this in my Jubilee analysis, that she could have this microphone under her the dress lapel that was in fact one button. What would she be recording? Even if she records anything that will be intelligible with so much noise around her, she couldn't use it because she wouldn't have the permission from the person that she recorded it from. Okay, and she could use it for personal reasons. Okay, for personal reasons, maybe, but not for Netflix, because Netflix must have clearance of end recordings as made with permission from the parties that were recorded, maybe videotaped or audio recorded. They need permission from the parties. Maybe she needs that for I don't know, her memoirs. So maybe Meghan is working on memoirs and she wants to record conversations that way, so she can have the receipts for those conversations later. That makes more sense in that. But why would she be wearing microphones? Like, if she wants to record the conversations, that's why you see so many people steering clear from the Harkles, like they don't want to fall into that game. All right. Gorgeous Owl. I used to feel sorry for him, not anymore. He's a very active part of that devil duo. Yeah, active part. I agree with you. Gorgeous Owl. Sei gesund. Sei gesund. Meghan cried a single tear because Sophie poked her in the eye on the way to the Abbey. Yeah, you behave. Remember to behave. Bunch House, thanks for your super chat. Best body language channel on YouTube. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm very thankful for those kind words, Bunch House. Thank you. Oh, this is nice. It has been exploding all over the internet. American Woman. Every time I read your nickname, American Woman, I remember the Lenny Kravitz song. That is not Lenny Kravitz song. It's a cover, but I remember Lenny Kravitz singing that. American Woman. Any chance of getting an analysis of the Instagram model accusing Adam Levine of an affair? Well, I don't know if is she on video? Has she released videos, right? I haven't received of messages or everything. She's really well. It's like everyone is saying. This is a 50% responsibility. Both the Instagram model. By the way, is that a thing? Instagram model? Does that actually exist? I thought that every single person that appeared on Instagram was a model. Even myself, I'm an Instagram model too. I appear on Instagram, then I'm some kind of Instagram model. It's like she has 50% responsibility. She knew what she was doing with a married man, and of course he, Adam Levine. I understand that he has had serious issues with sex addiction. So I'm not, of course, that is no a free pass whatsoever. That might explain the thing, but that would not justify the behavior. And they have mutual responsibility, as we were talking about, that Harry has the 50% responsibility on what is going on with the royal family and the Harkles. So maybe I will take a look at those videos. I understand she has recorded videos given those direct message receipts. So maybe I could take a look at them. Yes. Sledge. Oh, I remember that series, Sledgehammer. I love that series. I really love that series. Thanks for reminding me. Nostalgia has kicked in big time. In an old interview, Megan says she can make one tear come out of her left eye on cue. She says in 3 seconds. Well, you know how it is. That is part of actors and actresses. I had a friend that I remember that I was at college. We were doing this team assignment at one of the friend's house, and one of them, a girl, said all of a sudden, "You know that I can cry on cue," and she just started crying, and she was smiling, like her facial expression did not change. Did not. You know that I can cry on cue? And she just started crying like that. It was like strange and odd and even creepy. But yeah, that is something that you should be able to do. Now, from a single eye, crying from a single eye, well, I don't know. I think that is Denzel Washington stuff. I think that is Denzel Washington level acting. Okay? That we are talking about triple A people here. That's all that I want to say about that tier today. Katie, Jesus, do you think the Paps will eventually turn on Meghan and spill the beans on her, tipping them off? Possibly. That could happen, such as maybe if this gets to court, maybe it could happen like with TMZ and Amber Heard, that everyone realized that well, there must have been her. Okay, now I hope, I sincerely hope that this doesn't go to court in the terms of Amber Depp versus Heard trial, because I don't wish that upon anybody. But maybe they could be able to turn on Meghan. Easy Weezy, super chat. Harry come home, Meghan can be groom of the stool. I don't want to know what does that mean. I am not going to search for that on your Urban Dictionary. Please let me know that this is appropriate for a family channel. Simply Sue, she wore no jewelry. Was she expecting royal jewels? What is this? Yeah, I don't know about this. By the way, I think someone pitched me this video, and I want to make it clear that the first person, I think this was it was Sue. Sue, the first one on YouTube that got this video and spotted that in this video. It was Sue. It was Sue, the first one that. Props to Sue. Big shout out to her. Remember to follow her channel. I'm sure that most of you that are following me are following her already. But please, if you aren't, I think it was Sue that made the shout out at the end of her latest video about this clip. I think it was her. I apologize. I don't remember the connection correctly, but I will fix that. If not in this video, if I remember correctly, in my next video, I will fix that. And Bexta, yeah, thank you. Remember to press the like button. Yeah, that helps me a lot. Kathleen McDonald, HG Tudor thinks M is taking her fury out on age. Most probably too. That is narcissistic behavior. Kelly Coley, Jesus loved your channel from Texas. Daily laughs are guaranteed. M sold H a bill of goods and he got royally ripped off. Yeah, what you ask when you ask for when you marry, not on Tinder but on Wish. When you ask for your spouse on Wish, and you get your spouse from Wish. Okay, Julie Howman. It is sad to see just how much damage the Montecito duo have done. Princess Pinocchio has truly burned bridges. Cannot disagree with that. Kathleen McDonald, again, must be such a miserable atmosphere in Montecito. Cannot disagree either. Cara Leonor, super sticker, thank you for that. Make Dahlia Pollard. William will be in Boston soon. Harkles not invited. That will be great. We get to see William in the States. Mary, thanks for all your super chats today, Mary. She isn't even faking the smiles anymore after watching that smile to that man. No connection whatsoever. Thanks, Mary. And Supernova 4160 again. Love it when you go live with your drink. I don't have drink today. This topic was not that hard. It was quite easy to spot. But sometimes I need a drink. It's like the topics are like hard to get to that deeper level, and that's when I need a drink. Today I'm fine. Selena Hopkins, super chats. Thanks, Selena. Little Miss Sunshine, glad to see you, Little Miss Sunshine. I still don't know when I'm going to London, but I will be planning it soon. I think Harry will leave Meghan. It's just a matter of time. No one can put up with that woman characteristics. Yes, it's hard. Yeah, this always has to be some friction inside a couple. It's you expect that friction because a friction inside a couple means that you have a slightly different opinions, slightly different angles on aspects in life, and that is good. That is good. It's nice to have common interests and common angles and common opinions in life, but those things that you have not in common is that helps you as a couple, because helps you have this have less blind sides. Okay, blind spots, sorry, less blind spots. Okay, it's like the more that you can cover with both emotional intelligence tools, with both attitudes in life, both sets of values, that helps. If both people, both members of a couple, members is the name, have very similar sets of values and opinions about life, and they will get along pretty well. Okay, they will maybe they will argue every now and then, but they will get along pretty well. The problem is that as a couple, you always have to sort obstacles in life, okay? And when you get face to face to those obstacles, if the couple is too synchronized with each other, they have the same blind spots, the same emotional blind spots, the same maybe the same weaknesses, these same sets of skills. So having the same blind spots, they will not have all the tools they need to overcome those obstacles efficiently. I'm trying to make this clear that those frictions in couples are nice, because that means that you both have slightly different angles, and when you face an obstacle, you will have less blind spots. Of course, you cannot have a couple that is totally disjointed or totally disconnected or totally not synchronized. That is impossible. But just a tad, just a bit of balance between the two things, that makes a couple really stand the test of time. All right. Caroline Nielsen. Edge needs a good haircut. No Turkish barbers in CA? Yes, I think he cuts his hair himself. I'm placing my bets that he cut his hair himself. Sure about that. Yeah, J.E. May. Next episode of Arsewipes. Royal funerals, weeping for titles, the struggles of an oppressed duchess with only one tear to cry, because I couldn't cry more. They forbid me from crying from both eyes at the same time. So poor me. Thanks, J.A. Yes, I analyzed this on my prior live. Carmela Divine. Did you see the frame when Meghan gave Charlotte a creepy look? Charlotte turned away quickly. Seemed like Uncle Harry did not get attention from any of the Cambridge children. Yes, I noticed that, and I don't want, and I won't put or include the frame or the photo of Charlotte crying, because I find it in bad taste. It's a very emotional moment. I think it was in bad taste of having captured that in the first place. But it's like it was not the best time for her, and of course not the best time to be locking eyes with the wife. Shouldn't have been a comfortable moment for her. I don't know if Charlotte remembers anything about those exchanges on that royal wedding, but let's hope not. Let's hope that she's just over that. But still, you know, when children can sense that bad juju coming out of people. L Knight, super chat. Thanks, L Knight. Susie, I just looked it up. Thanks for that. The HRH title comes with taxpayer paid security. No wonder they were so focused on demanding that special status for their children. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes so much more sense. L Knight this time, yeah, super chat. Meghan's makeup not even smudged. Head held high for the perfect camera shot as the tear is squeezed out, but others shedding a tear lower their heads to wipe the tear away. Excellent observation, L Knight. You need to be discreet. It's important to be discreet. It's important to show your emotions, but it's not like you're gonna pose for the camera and leave that tear there just, you know, to get a perfect shot. Did you get that? Did you get my best angle? Do you think Meghan's look was deliberate, Jesus? Well, yes, I absolutely I agree with that. I'm sure she picked her own clothes, and somehow she thought that they were fitting for the occasion. But, so many people have their reservation about that. And yes, last super chat of this night. American Woman, you're right about my username is after the Lenny Kravitz song. Yeah, I remember. Now that people that are talking about the let me see if I can look for that. Let me see if I can look for that. I wanted to make a joke. Let me see if I can do this way. About it was the second scarf moment. You know that Sandringham moment. What's the Sandringham that William made this scarf and ignored Megan completely while he was adjusting his scarf. Not now that we are talking about scarves and Lenny Kravitz. I don't know if you're aware of this picture. I'm gonna look for it. Yeah, this one. This is. I have to do this right now. I'm going to duplicate here and just. Yeah, here we are. On real time. To close today's live and come full circle, we got Lenny Kravitz with a huge, like humongous scarf, like the largest scarf that you will see in your life. I've told you many times on Twitter or on Instagram, my mind works in mysterious ways and always for your pleasure and entertainment. My body language buddies, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. And remember to download my 100 body language tips right down the description of this video. It's 100 tips that will help you in your communications for your daily life. And the two most important words, never forget them. Much love and bliss. It was a pleasure for me to spend this evening with you. And remember to take care because I love you all. Bye-bye, my body language buddies and my royal rookies.